Welcome, friends, to Dark Sayings Live Midnight Mystery Sessions. Oh my God, what's going on here? Oh my goodness. Oh my Lord, we got all kinds of nonsense happening. I apologize. Okay. Phone went off. Sorry about that. My own fault. The Bluetooth disconnected. Anywho, welcome to Midnight Mystery Sessions live on the Dark Sayings channel. Whispers from the Abyss. I'm Pete, your humble master of mysteries and antiquary of the arcane, here to guide you through the fog of the unknown, where shadows cast long and eerie tales. At Dark Sayings, with our over 32,000 strong community, we unravel conspiracies, probe paranormal phenomenon, explore extraterrestrial possibilities, delve into occult traditions, ponder religious enigmas, and unearth historical puzzles. Always with a curious mind and a steady hand. Tonight, as the clock strikes midnight, we'll plunge into 5 haunting mysteries that pulse with the uncanny. Feel the damp chill of Scape Ore Swamp as a scaly beast stalks the night. Hear the whispers of Ohio's melon heads in the moonlit woods. Hold a tiny figure that defies time. Face the terror of Gévaudan's ravenous creature and dive into the Baltic depths where a strange anomaly lies. For the next 45 minutes, we'll live these stories, followed by a 10-minute Q&A to hear your voices. So settle in, light the darkness, and join the live chat. Subscribe, hit the bell, and let's venture into the abyss together. So let me say some quick hellos here to our chat community. First and foremost, shout out to Miss Tina Tomaszewski, our live chat moderator here. Tina's been with me for many years now, handling all this live streaming nonsense. Probably 8 out of 11 at this point. We're coming up on 11 years this September. We've been creating content. I know if you're pretty new to the channel, you might wonder, where is all the content, Pete? For those of you who aren't aware, we did a rebrand about, I'd say, I don't know, back in May, maybe May. Yeah, it was May. We did a soft rebrand. Had a lot of issues going on back and forth in my life at the time, so wasn't able to get the content going the way I wanted to at that point. But now we're back up and running, and I'm so happy to be back at it. So thank you for those of you returning, and thank you to all the new faces that have been catching a wind of the channel. We do a lot of shorts now. Been getting one of those up every day. And it's getting a lot of eyes on the content, so I appreciate that. Yeah, Tina, it's crazy. It is crazy how time flies. Dana the Powerful, Jonathan Rodriguez, how y'all doing? And my man Ginger Viking, Jesus, Guru Augie, Jonacide. How's it going, everybody? Some early visitors here to the channel. Just getting started. Thank you all for tuning in. So, as I said, we got 5 wonderful topics for you guys tonight. You know how we do it here. Let me make sure we're firing on all cylinders. Yeah, we're going live on Instagram right now. That's good too. Things are looking good there. And we're also on Twitter, so if you're watching there, excellent as well. You know, good stuff here. So yeah, I'm feeling all right with the crew, right? Feeling all right with the crew. Anyway, like I said, we're gonna do our 5 topics, and then we'll do. I want to try to pop into the chat in between. We'll do some polls, and then we'll do our Q&A at the end of the old story here, the end of the stories. And see where we're at. You know, I want to know what you guys think. It really, that's kind of the best part. That's kind of the best part about it. To the interaction. I feel like I learn something new every time we come together like this, and it's a truly enjoyable experience. So yeah, we're just gonna give it a few more seconds here before we jump into the first topic and get rolling for the night. Now, like I said, we're doing new shorts every day. There are some topics over the years that were just not long enough for a video, so. I wound up with a topic list I've created over the years. It's like 500 different topics, legitimately 500 topics on a spreadsheet for the purpose of video content creation. And they, like I said, were too short for a long format video. So I've decided to just use them for shorts, and we're revisiting. We're going to be revisiting some topics from before the rebrand. Some of the things we haven't covered in years. I've been working on a large Antarctica video, and my intention was to get it up last week, even the week before. But it's so big, it's taking a bit of time. So we're looking forward to getting that out soon. But without further ado, let's get into tonight's topics. Number one, we're going to start with a really interesting one. Oh, I got super chat coming on here. Thank you so very much. I really do appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you. Let me see here. I'm missing a window. There it is. Okay. So from Real Odds and Evens, $2 super chat here. Thank you so very much. Still here. I remember the bell and the soda pop. Thank you so much, Real Odds and Evens. Yeah, we used to do a bunch of goofy stuff over the years. There was that year I did the full year of live streams every night. We didn't even miss the holidays. We were here at Christmas and Thanksgiving. We did them all. But bigger and better things now. We got some new formats going, got some new ideas pumping. And I'm so glad for those of you who stayed with us on this long journey of 11 years. And to all the newcomers who are just catching on for the first time, welcome. You'll find a very welcoming community here. Everybody's pretty cool, very open-minded folks. A lot of like-minded individuals when it comes to the strange. Now, we may not agree on everything, but we always do so with tact. It's an old-school kind of community where people can disagree without, hating each other. And I really do appreciate that. Everybody's very mature and very level-headed. So thank you all so much. First topic of the night, the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. Is this a cryptid or just a local legend? So I want you to imagine it's a humid summer night in 1988, and you're stranded on a lonely road in Lee County, South Carolina. Beside you are the inky waters of the Scape Ore Swamp. Rustling in the reeds sends a chill down your spine. Suddenly, a 7-foot-tall, scaly figure with glowing red eyes charges from the darkness. This is the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp, a creature that's gripped imagination for decades. Is it a real cryptid or just a tale spun from swamp shadows? Let's wade in, right? So here's where we begin. You're a 17-year-old Christopher Davis changing a flat tire at 2 a.m. when you hear a thump behind you. Turning, you freeze. A green, wet creature, 7 feet tall, with 3-fingered claws and blazing red eyes, sprints towards your car. You scramble inside, heart pounding as it leaps onto your roof, clawing the metal with a screech. Swerving to shake it off, you escape, but your car bears scratches and a torn mirror. Police find 3 toed footprints, 14 inches long, but biologists can't classify them. That summer, more cars are mauled, and locals report sightings within a 3-mile radius. Was this a monster or something else? What could it be? The swamp's murky depths fuel wild theories. Some cryptozoologists whisper of a living dinosaur, a relic of when reptiles ruled the earth, evolving like primates into a humanoid form. Others speculate it's an alien, uncaring about secrecy, or a government experiment gone rogue. Online forums buzz with tales of the Creek tribe encountering a human-sized lizard centuries ago, suggesting ancient roots. Yet no breeding population or consistent sightings exist. Where did it come from, and where did it go? The lack of hard evidence keeps the mystery alive, doesn't it? Picture yourself as a sheriff, combing the swamp with a flashlight. Local law enforcement leans towards a bear, misidentified in the dark. Though bears don't leave 3-toed tracks, the South Carolina Marine Resources Department dismisses the exotic theories, suggesting a large alligator or a monitor lizard. Psychologists point to mass hysteria, amplified by media frenzy in a small town. The 1988 sightings peaked and then faded by fall, with only sporadic reports since, like a 2015 photo of a scaly figure near a field, a hoax or a fleeting glimpse of the truth. So you're in Bishopville now, at the Cotton Museum, standing at the Lizard Man exhibit with footprint casts and eerie sketches. The town's embraced its cryptid, hosting festivals and Comic-Cons that draw monster hunters and tourists. Books like Lyle Blackburn's Lizard Man and shows like Ancient Aliens keep the tale alive. Online fans debate its reality, some swearing it still lurks. So how about we do a poll? Is this a real creature or a local legend? I want you to vote in the chat as we ponder this scaly enigma. So you're standing by this swamp. You feel the eye is watching. Why did so many see a similar creature in 88? Could fear and media have conjured a myth from a misseen animal? If it's real, why only one summer of chaos? Does the swamp hide secrets that we'll never uncover? And what does this tell us about our fascination with monsters? All right, I want to share your thoughts with us as we move along to the next tale. Let me get this poll set up here. I'm going to start a poll. Lizard Man. That's what we'll call him, the Lizard Man. I want to know what you guys think about this one. Is it real? Or did they make it up? All right, we'll let the poll run for about 3 minutes, and then we'll get back into it here. As again, I want to say thank you very much to Real Odds and Evens. I do appreciate that super chat. I was just telling Tina I'm trying to hit my payout goal this week because it's the end of the month, and I'm trying to get a payout. I gotta scrape a few more bucks up. You know, I'm so close. That's how it goes. If we get too close to the end, I'm gonna super chat myself just so I get a payout. You know. So, I mean, yeah, this could have been mass hysteria. I've seen a lot of cases of mass hysteria reported over the course of history, dancing plagues, laughing sickness, all kinds of stuff. And even the presence of like phantom attackers. We did speak about the Mad Gasser of Mattoon last week. And other famous phantom attackers like Spring-Heeled Jack, obviously. So, it's very interesting to me. So who knows? Was that kind of thing? Are we talking about something unnatural? Or could the Lizard Man be just fabrication? Who knows? So we will see. We'll see. I want to see what you guys think. Just a moment here. I'm not going anywhere. I have to fix something, so I'm just going to shut the camera off a second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm not going too far, folks. Not going too far at all. Just realized I left something on. I wanted to turn off. Okay. There we are. All right, back to it. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. Hey, now, what's up? We got a new super chat rolling in. Ginger Viking Jesus, my man. Thank you so much. Ginger says, as I recall, his domicile also just happens to possess a potential chute or liquid spillway of some kind. Antediluvian, brothers and sisters. So there's Ginger keeping it alive, the old antediluvian. If you do remember the old game we used to play when everyone invokes the antediluvian world, take a sip of your soda pop. Now, I don't encourage that too much anymore, but it is a tradition around here, even though it's unspoken. Some of the old timers do recall. Guru Augie has a question here. And that's why I just caught a glimpse of it, but I didn't see it was from you right away. Guru says, people seeing the same thing. Could it be mass hysteria? And that's why I thought of that, Guru, because I caught a quick glimpse of your comment. But you're absolutely right. This could have been a mass hysteria event. And I think that's very likely in all reality that's probably what was going on. Now, I'd like to believe there's a plethora of cryptids out there, and it's very possible there are some undiscovered creatures, but I don't know about this one. I think a lizard man is it's a little out there, but I mean, it's possible. It's possible. Recently heard about some of my local state, and I owe that to the Unbelievers podcast, friends of the channel, Russ Ryan, shout out to him. They had covered a few episodes I had listened to recently regarding some New Jersey cryptids. More specifically, was old red eye, a variation on a Bigfoot, and the mantis man. So apparently, there's a mantis man in North Jersey as well. There's also Clayton Road haunted stuff. There's a lot of interesting stuff around here. Every state's got its own charm. All right, let's check out that poll. See where we're at. 3 minutes in, we got some votes here, and it looks like by an overwhelming margin. 62% to 38%, we have voted for the reality of the Lizard Man. So we got some real believers out there in regard to the Scape Ore Swamp Lizard Man. There is a song, and I only know this thanks to the Unbelievers. It is called the Lizard Man Stomp. You may be able to find it on YouTube. I'm not quite sure. You might have to look up what a wash tar is afterwards, because there's some references to a wash tar. And for those of you who are uninitiated, I will tell you a wash tar is a washboard with a guitar neck, and it features prominently in the tune. So yes, here we go. Oh, hey, look, Awake at the Wheel. Holy crap, I caught this live at last. Good to see you here, Awake at the Wheel. Awake at the Wheel, been with this channel for a very long time. Been a minute since we've seen you on a live, so it's cool that we finally got our dominoes lined up. If that is a apt expression. All right. So yeah. Final tally on the poll looks like it's 57 to 42 in favor of the existence of the Lizard Man of Scape Ore Swamp. So let's just chalk this one up to being real. The Lizard Man is real, folks. Beware the Lizard Man. All right, this one has always kind of creeped me out personally. The Melon Heads, Ohio's creepy folklore or a genetic experiment. So you're hiking through Ohio's dense Kirtland woods at dusk. The air is heavy with whispers of the melon heads, small, deformed creatures with bulbous heads said to haunt the shadows. Are these the tragic results of a mad scientist experiment or just chilling folklore? Let's step into this eerie legend. The trail grows dim and you hear rustling. Suddenly, you glimpse them. Child-sized figures with oversized, hairless heads, their eyes glinting in the twilight. Locals from Kirtland, Mentor, and Lake County describe these beings lurking near Crybaby Bridge, scaring teens since the 1960s. Some say they're feral, muttering incoherently, chasing intruders. Witnesses report fleeting sightings, often at night, but no photos or tracks confirm their presence. The woods feel alive, don't they, with secrets just out of reach. Now, there's a sinister origin story. This story takes a darker turn. Locals whisper of a Dr. Crow, a reclusive scientist in the 1940s, experimenting on orphaned children in a hidden lab, injected with strange chemicals. Their heads swelled, and they escaped or were released into the woods, feral and vengeful. Another tale points to a nearby asylum where patients with hydrocephalus fled, forming a colony. No records of Crow or such experiments exist, yet the story persists, fueled by campfire tales and online forums. Could there be a kernel of truth? You're a skeptic now, crunching through the leaves, questioning the legend. Medical experts say hydrocephalus could explain the sightings. Enlarged heads from a fluid buildup, mistaken for monsters. Others argue teens exaggerated sightings for thrills, weaving fiction from the shadows. No physical evidence, bones, camps, or even labs support the tale. Similar melonhead stories in Michigan and Connecticut suggest a shared urban legend, not a unique creature. But why does this story feel so real to those who've seen them? You're at Kirtland Diner, hearing locals swap melonhead stories. The legends baked into Ohio culture, inspiring ghost tours and horror films. Online, paranormal groups share blurry photos, claiming glimpses of bulbous figures. Some see the tales as a warning about unchecked science. Others, a ghost story for late night drives. Let's poll this chat again. Is this a genetic experiment or creepy folklore? Let's vote and unravel this haunting mystery. So let me set up this poll just right quick. Just right quick. You know, I like to do these polls. If you're watching on other platforms and you'd like to engage in the polls, just come on over to YouTube. Check it out. You know, that's what we're doing here. That's kind of like the main platform I use, only because that's what I started on, man. You know, things have changed a lot in the last 11 years. Definitely a different world than when I first started doing this stuff. I've been through a lot of ups and downs with this. I'll tell you what, 2016 to 2020 was not easy, folks. You know, 2020 on was even more difficult. Adpocalypses and censorship and all this crazy stuff. It's been quite a ride. Melon heads, hoax or terror in the woods? All right, let's see where you guys are at with this one. New polls up. 3 minutes. You know what to do. 3 minutes on the poll. Let's see. Ginger's got a comment here. I've been told reptiles, when they shed, apparently eventually eat their shedding. So it would be very likely that you wouldn't find one. That's a good point, Ginger. I don't know much about reptiles per se. I thought a little strange. I used to know a young lady that kept reptiles. She was a coworker of mine. And I don't know, man. People's houses tend to have a certain smell when they got iguanas and lizards all over them. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I mean, I got cats, so I ain't really want to talk, but something about a lizard, it's just a little rough around the edges. You know what I mean? So yeah, polls up. Let me know what you think. Getting back into the chat. How we doing tonight? How we doing, everybody? What are we working with here? Well,
Up, I'm got stuff going on all over the place. I got tabs opening and menus moving and all kinds of good stuff like that. Yeah, but anyway, so back to the woods. They fall silent, but your mind is racing. Could a real medical condition have sparked this legend? Why do the sightings persist without any evidence? Is it the fear of the unknown or a cover for something darker? What do these tales reveal about our trust in science? Let's ponder that as we dive into the next enigma. And that's a good question. How many of you still trust the science? How many of you trusted the science to begin with? You know, I got a conversation with somebody tonight regarding the state of the world. You know, and look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty conservative guy based on my faith, but politically, I hate the whole damn thing. Like, I just hate all of it. We are ruled by sick psychos who want us dead. I firmly believe that. Like, I don't see the point in voting anymore because it does not matter. Nothing matters. What matters are the money masters who really rule the world. These giant corporations, these investment, firms, these just entities that hold trillions of dollars in assets. I mean, they have more money than some governments. So, yeah, I guess at the end of the day, people will strike up a conversation expecting me to agree with their liberal talking points or to get behind them on their conservative talking points. But I am a theocratic monarchist at this point, dude. So, like, if it was up to me, you'd all be in church on every Sunday and we'd be worshiping a king. You know what I mean? We'd have a king up in this mother lover. Because I'm that far beyond it. These worldwide liberal democracies that have sprung up since the end of World War One. I don't know if the world's a better place. Don't know. And that's my hot take. We need more theocratic monarchy around this piece. You all need to be in church every Sunday by decree of law, by edict of the king, That's what I tell people when they start on that politics stuff, because ain't nobody got an answer for that one once I start singing that song. All right. I'm just amusing myself now. Back into the polls. We're split pretty even. We're going to end it now. The Melon heads, the Ohio Melon heads. What do you guys say about that one? Let's see what we think. Yeah, RR says a righteous king couldn't hurt. A righteous king couldn't hurt. Okay, so the final poll tally says 55% terror in the woods to 44% hoax. So again, we got a lot of true believers in here, chalking up that Scape Ore Swamp lizard man to being real. The melon head's real. I love it. Because you know what? As far as I'm concerned, all of it's real. I don't care if it's not. Doesn't matter. It's entertaining. I think a lot of times people assume that because I venture into this realm of research and content creation that I automatically believe all this stuff that I talk about. And I would have said that 11 years ago I believed in much more of these topics than I do these days. But doing all that research will eventually open your eyes to what's absolute nonsense and what's not. If you had a chance to catch my most recent 2 videos, I did a video regarding the Untersberg prophecies last week. Very obscure topic, but this week I went to the point of doing a video regarding the. Oh man, I'm just messing things up all over the place. Yeah, so this week we posted a video regarding the Orion Wars, a story that comes to us from a book called The Prism of Lyra by Lissa Royale and Keith Priest. And I wanted to present that information to you guys because it's always been one of my favorite stories. Actually, revisiting the topic for the first time in many years. And I was very happy with the presentation. So if you do get a chance to check out that content, I would definitely recommend it. I was really proud of that one. I'm like I said, for those of you who've been with the channel for a very long time, I kind of built this whole thing on short format videos. I'll expand it now. We do the live streams once a week. We do the short videos every day. And once a week, I do attempt to get a more well-researched, kind of more fleshed out long-form video posted. So please check out this week's upload regarding the Orion Wars. And if you have time, check out last week's regarding the Untersberg prophecies. Pardon me. As we get caffeinated. Okay. So yeah, that concludes our poll. Let's see here. I can kind of see. Oh, Chad, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Oh, that's awesome. They're working on the king thing here in Hawaii. Time to move here, dude. Yo, let me tell you what. I was recently looking at of all places, I was checking out the Dominican Republic, and then I found out Panama just started their legal cannabis program for medical use. And I believe that they are probably only a few short years away from going recreational. It'd be the first country in South America to do so. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Panama. Keeping an eye on Panama. We'll see what happens. We'll see how things go. I mean, they still got Wi-Fi down there, right? We can stream from Panama. Tina's got some links to some of the videos here. Okay. Good to see you, Chad. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Oh, DJ Lewis, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Dustin Harmon, been a minute. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, good sir. What's up? Is that Zim? Zim, how you doing? But my democracy, yeah, now democracy's a joke. It's all a joke. It's like this don't work. It clearly doesn't work, you know. It doesn't work. So let's get a king going. Let's get a king going, because at least then you only got one jerk to deal with. It ain't like you got a government full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of losers leeching off the teat and doing nothing to help anybody. So yeah, let's get a king going. All right, let's get into topic number 3. This is it's an interesting one. This is the Nampa figurine. It's an ancient artifact, or is it a geological oddity? You hold a tiny clay figure in your hand, unearthed from a 300-foot deep well in Nampa, Idaho. Its delicate features, human-like yet impossibly old, whisper of a lost world. Found in 1889, the Nampa figure challenges history itself. Is it proof of an ancient civilization or a quirk of nature? Let's dig on into the mystery, right? So you're a worker in 1889, drilling into Idaho's clay, when your pump spits out a 2-inch figurine, baked and human-shaped. And it came from strata dated millions of years old. Its detailed face, arms, and legs stun geologists. Humans didn't exactly exist when this clay formed. Newspapers buzz with claims of a prehistoric culture. You turn it over, feeling its weight, wondering how it got so deep. Was it planted, or is time itself lying to us? Holding the figurine, you hear theories swirl. Some claim it's from a lost civilization, predating known humans by eons, maybe even Atlanteans. Others whisper of extraterrestrial artisans leaving relics in Earth's crust. Online forums point to out-of-place artifacts like the Costco spark plug, suggesting advanced ancient tech. Coso spark plug. I didn't mean to say Costco. I can't see so good. Is now this suggests ancient tech of the advanced variety, but no other figurine from such depths has ever surfaced. And the clay's age, over 2 million years old, defies conventional history. So could it rewrite our past? Now I want you to picture yourself now as a geologist, squinting at the figure under a lamp. Skeptics are going to argue this is a hoax, slipped into the drill by workers for fame. Others say it's a natural formation shaped by erosion to mimic a human. Geological tests confirm its strata's age, but no human fossils match it. Similar artifacts often turn out to be mistaken rocks. You're left wondering if imagination outran science here, or if something extraordinary slipped through. You're in a museum now, gazing at the figurine's display. It's inspired books and podcasts and debates about ancient civilizations. Online enthusiasts share sketches, calling it proof of lost worlds. Skeptics encounter its curiosity, but not evidence. Its story fuels fascination with the unknown, drawing crowds to Nampa's history talks. So is this one an ancient artifact or just a geological oddity? I want to know what you guys think, so let me know. Put them down in the chat here. We're going to visit them in a second. So what lies beneath this figurine? Its eyes, they seem to stare back. How did it end up in millions-year-old clay. Could it hint at a forgotten people? Or is it just a natural trick? Why do we cling to such anomalies? Does it challenge our history or our need for wonder? Drop your thoughts in the chat. We're going to keep going as we shift to a beastly tale. So next up, a good beastly tale. Let me just pop in the chat here. Let's see what we're working with here. I cannot see for nothing. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, okay. Aaron in Minnesota. How you doing, Aaron in Minnesota? Thanks for tuning on in. Haha, too funny. I've been on the King bandwagon for years now. Hey, Aaron, I'm right there with you. I might be late to the party, but I'll tell you what. I'm all about it. The way I see it is that it was a natural form of governance for thousands of years. So obviously it worked. And I think that our populace, largely by design, has either become too willfully ignorant or too willfully corrupt to be trusted to vote for the rest of us. And that's my overall feeling of the matter. And these politicians, they're so self-serving. You know, it's like, if you really want to help people, you become like an EMT or a firefighter or a doctor. If you just want to help yourself, you run for office. You know, very few people seek public service for altruist intentions. A lot of these people are just horrible sociopaths, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan. But again, I digress. All right, where are we at? Let's see. Awake at the Wheel. I was watching a pro monastery channel, advocate channel a while back. It was called The Traditional Press. Interesting stuff. Yeah, you know, I've looked into a lot of this kind of ideas, but there's absolutely a reason why you don't see people forming villages and like villages popping up in like places where you know there's not really much development. It's got a lot to do with zoning. Like they do everything they can to keep you from using your land for ways they don't want. So a lot of it's zoning. And it's I mean, it's unfortunate because I mean, you know how many people would get, you know, a few family members and a few friends and go buy a big patch of land, start putting up little houses on them. Oh my God, it would be all over for these bankers, you know. Ginger, what do we got here? I see something from Ginger here. What about this giant bones found in the Grand Canyon that the Smithsonian absconded with? How old might those bones have been? Very good, Ginger. You're speaking about the incident revolving around G.E. Kincaid and the discovery of a citadel within the walls of the Grand Canyon. It contained a room that had supposedly large mummies, mummified bodies that were over 7 feet tall. And I think you might also be confusing this with the Lovelock Cave, discovery of mummified bodies. You know, with the G. Kincaid story, there's so much additional details that have been kind of added in over the years. So it's a little tough to pin down the facts on that one, but that's how I think of it. Aaron in Minnesota says, "Good to see you again, Pete. Glad you're back at it." I am so happy to be back at it, Aaron. I have really missed this. I've missed the interaction. I've missed the content creation. Every time I get a new short up in the morning, I just feel so vindicated. And I'll tell you what, honest to God, to everybody who's been paying attention, I have not gained a single new subscriber in over a year. Even with all these new videos I've been posting, I continue to bleed subscribers. I've lost 40 subscribers this month. Not one. I mean, the new people do come on board, but it's not at a high enough rate to outweigh the losses. So what I'm seeing is like I'll get 1 subscriber on Monday and lose 3 on Tuesday. I'll get 2 subscribers on Wednesday and lose 5 on Friday. You know, that's kind of how it's going. So if you are in a social media platform, if you're a social media user, if you are a Redditor, you know, if you frequent any sites regarding these topics or you have friends that might be interested, please spread the word. That's the best thing you can do for me, man. You want to help me out, just tell people about it. You know, it is what it is. Okay, let's see where we're at. We're gonna get into the next. Are we at the next topic already? Yeah, the banksters wouldn't like that. No, they wouldn't. No, they would not. Okay. We are deliberately skipping a poll on the third topic because I don't want to eat up any more time as we are on the other side of the first half hour. So I've got about 15 minutes to wrap this up before we get into the Q&A before the end of the show. So I just giving you a heads up there on how our structure is going today. So yeah, this Napa figurine, out of place artifacts. I think of stuff like the antiquary mechanism, that piece of coal with the screw through it, like underground light bulbs they find. Oh, weird stuff. Weird stuff. It's, the out of place artifacts are very interesting to me because I'm a firm proponent of the belief that prior to the Great Flood, there was pretty advanced civilizations on this earth. Now, I could be totally off base with that, but I think that the ancient texts speak to it, and there's enough history to correspond with some of the claims that have been made regarding these things. But anyway, let's move right along. Our next topic, fourth topic of the night, the Beast of Gévaudan, monster or myth. Picture yourself in 1764 France, in the rugged hills of Gévaudan. A low growl echoes, and villagers whisper of a beast, massive, wolf-like, with a hunger for human flesh. From 1764 to 1767, it terrorized the region, killing dozens. Was this a monstrous creature or a legend born of fear? Let's stalk the truth. You're a peasant clutching a pitchfork as screams pierce the mist. A creature larger than any wolf with a reddish coat and dagger-like teeth tears through Gévaudan, killing over 100 people, mostly women and children. Witnesses described a beast that shrugs off bullets, leaped with uncanny speed. Hunters tracked it, finding mangled bodies but no lair. By 1767, a giant wolf is killed, ending the attacks. But some say the true beast escaped. Its fear lingers, doesn't it? You're in a tavern, hearing tales of the creature. Some call it a demonic wolf sent as divine punishment. Others whisper of a hyena escaped from a noble's menagerie or a prehistoric survivor. Cryptozoologists suggest a dire wolf long extinct or a hybrid predator. Online discussions point to serial killings by a human cloaked in beastly lore. No clear evidence, only bones of a large wolf pins it down. What maimed those hills? Now you're a naturalist, and you're sifting through old reports. The zoologists say it's likely a pack of large wolves, exaggerated by panic. France's harsh winters drove predators closer to villages, and the fear turned them into monsters. No exotic animal matched the descriptions, and human killer theories lack proof. The era's superstitions fueled tales of invincibility, yet the sheer number of deaths, over 100, makes you pause. Was it just wolves? You're the Gévaudan Festival, whose locals reenact the hunt. The beast lives on in books, film, and French folklore, a symbol of nature's wrath. Online, paranormal fans have scared sketches of monstrous hybrids, while historians call it a cautionary tale. Its story draws tourists to the region's museums, keeping the terror alive. Let's poll it. Real monster or exaggerated wolf? Now vote as we face this beastly mystery. All right, poll go up. Start a poll. Very good. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Where are we at here? We're going to do a poll? Yeah, I think we're going to do a poll. Yes, let's do it. Are these real monsters or an exaggerated wolf? Let's do that one. That sounds good to me. Let's start a poll. Monster. I don't want to do that. That's the wrong spot for it. I can't see, so that's not helping. MON. Monster or wolf? All right. Monster or wolf? Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. All right. So you're at a Gévaudan. Let me see. Okay. The hills are quiet, but the growls echo in your mind. Why did bullets fail against it? How could a single creature kill so many? What is a symbol of a deeper fear? nature, sin, or chaos? What did the legend reveal about us? Share your story as we dive into our final abyss. All right. So yeah, that's the old Beast of Gévaudan. The old Beast of Gévaudan. Yeah, this one's always fascinated me because it was such a large scale, you know, these and it kind of feeds into another story I did once. It was like the fall of like, I don't know, 14 something, and never mind, I have to look it up because it's too good a story to waste with half, you know, remembered facts. So I'll keep that one in the clip for later. Hey, what's up? We got a super chat coming in here. Thank you so very much. From Tina T for $10. Tina, oh, I appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. It's very kind of you. Because I appreciate you and you deserve a super chat. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Wait a minute. Oh, Mr. MH, what's your opinion on the DARPA stone, the Dropa stones? Pete, actually, that's a really good question. I would like to make a video about that. And you know what? I will look towards this week to do a short YouTube short regarding the Dropa stones. That's actually a great suggestion. So yeah, that's another thing too. If you're still listening at this point or you're still here, and again, thank you, Tina. I do appreciate that. Feel free to leave comments for stories you'd like me to address. None are too long or too short. I will find a way to make them work. But you know, if there's anything you're super interested in, just DM me. DM me on Instagram or on Twitter. Those are probably the easiest ways to get a hold of me. So yeah, just reach out. Just DM a guy, and we'll see what we can make happen regarding your required topic. So yes, where were we? We were doing the regarding the Beast of Gévaudan. Yeah, there was another one. Peter Straub was another famous werewolf, and then in the United States there was the Defiance, Ohio werewolf in the 70s. So you do have various werewolf sightings still around this time. I'm sure it was much worse a couple hundred years ago, but there are plenty of them around now. All right, where are we at with this poll? Well, one more minute to go. Please feel free to vote. Let us know what you think. Jeff of the David clan for $2.50. Just want to say antediluvian. Thank you so much, Jeff. This is very appreciated. Yeah, it's very cool. Let's see. Yeah, all right. We are cranking it. We're cranking it out here. Cranking them out. Cranking the hog out. Okay. All right. Where's the poll at? 3 minutes in. Damn, 50-50. All right, now we've moved the needle a little bit. 55% say monster. 45% say wolf. Final tally is 55-45. And it looks like we overwhelmingly, well, I guess not overwhelmingly, but by a margin of 10 points, believe that this was, in fact, a monster, for lack of a better term. It's a monster. So keep an eye out for the monsters, right? I mean, they're out there. Okay. Thank you again very much. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Jeff of the David Clan wanted to say I want to be antediluvian. Chad Mark. Thank you, Chad, dude. That's very awesome. Cheers and high adventures to all. Dude, I still think about that time you and me were at LAX and we saw that friggin' LA Barbarian. There was this, me and Chad were at Los Angeles airport together. And we saw this dude. He was built like a friggin' linebacker. He had like a Craven the Hunter furry kind of vest on. He looked straight up like a barbarian, dude. But like one that was like stylized for like the movies. Yeah, really something else. The LA Barbarian. I'll never forget seeing that guy because he really stood out. Mr. MH, there we go. This is morbid, but another very interesting topic is the dark side of alien abductions, like human mutilations, like the Jonathan Lovett case, and Billings Guadapiranga Reservoir cases attested to. That's kind of gruesome. I don't really talk about that kind of stuff. Guru Augie, $2. Thank you so much. King Pete will slay the mighty monster wolf. If I had to, but I have a very specific plan for how a king would be chosen. It would be basically a jury duty situation. We would send out messages to 100 citizens, chosen at random. They would be required to take a competency test to prove that they could manage to, keep themselves fed and alive. And from then on, we would have a 6-week period of voting. A 6-week election. It would be a 6-week election season. Limited to 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks from the date of the election. And we'd only use paper ballots. So, yeah. That's my plan. Glangs! It's probably been 2 years. Glangs has been a long time, bro. A long time. Been a long, long time. Glangs, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming on back. It's been a minute. Glangs. I don't know if you heard. I've been posting shorts every day, and I've been doing an additional long format video in conclusion with my live streams on Saturday nights. So there's plenty of content going up, all kinds of stuff to talk about. Yeah, check it out, Glangs. Good to see you. Mr. MHP for president. I don't want it. I don't want to be the guy in charge. I think that most of the people who do want to be figures of authority and the guy in charge, like that's a lot of it has more to do with them than anything else, in most circumstances. Sorry. In most circumstances, rather. All right, where we at? Okay. All right, we're down to topic number 5, everybody. The Baltic Sea anomaly. Is this an alien wreck or a natural formation? So you're aboard a diving vessel in the Baltic Sea. The cold waves are lapping against the hull, and below, sonar reveals a massive circular object 200 feet wide, resting on the ocean floor since it was discovered in 2011. Dubbed the Baltic Sea anomaly, it looks like a crashed UFO to some, a natural oddity to others. Let's plunge into the deep. You're with the Ocean X team, staring at sonar screens showing a disc-like structure 90 feet thick with angular features like ramps and corridors. Divers report a smooth metallic surface unlike anything natural. Some claim their equipment failed nearby, sparking tales of alien tech. Online photos of the object go viral, with millions debating its origins. You're diving closer, heart racing. What is this thing? Imagine you're a UFO researcher poring over images. The anomaly's shape screams spaceship to enthusiasts, with some linking it to ancient alien visits. Geologist James Shelton notes archways and square openings, hinting at artificial design. Online forums buzz with theories of submerged alien bases or lost Atlantic relics. No artifacts or signals confirm this, but the structure's oddity fuels your curiosity just a little bit. You're a marine geologist now, analyzing samples. Experts say it's likely a glacial deposit or volcanic rock shaped by erosion over millennia. Tests show it's made of sandstone and granite, common in the Baltic. Equipment failure is likely electrical interference from the sea floor. Similar formations exist elsewhere, but none look this precise. You're skeptical, but the anomaly symmetry nags you. You're scrolling online, where the anomaly's images inspire sci-fi art and documentaries. It's drawn divers and tourists to the Baltic, boosting local economies. Paranormal podcast debate its origins, while scientists urge caution. Its fame grows, with millions of views on YouTube videos. Let's do another poll. This will be the last one of the evening. Alien wreck or natural formation? Alien wreck or natural formation? And I think that's almost like a ridiculous question. If I'm putting on chapstick in the morning here. You know what I mean? So it's it is what it is. Okay. Ocean's dark, and the anomaly looms deep below. Why does it look so crafted? Could it be a remnant of something beyond our science? Why do equipment failures persist? What does our fascination with it reveal about our cosmic hopes? Drop your thoughts in the chat as we surface from the abyss. Okay. So let's see. What journey through the abyss that we've already had. Scaly beasts, deformed wanderers, ancient relics, ravenous monsters, and sunken mysteries. Now it's your turn. Yeah, it's your turn. Flood the live chat with your questions, and we will tackle 3 to 5 in the next 10 minutes. Is the lizard man still out there? Was the Beast of Gévaudan a wolf or a monster? Let's hear it. Keep those votes coming and suggesting mysteries for our next session. Thank you for joining the Dark Sayings Live Whispers from the Abyss, a mystery midnight session. Stay curious. Stay curious, right? Stay curious. Let's check that chat out. Let's see what you guys got to say. So yeah, oh man, my timing's been great today. Oh, thank God. Ginger with a very relevant question and some comments that indicate you guys are familiar with this topic. So yeah, Mr. H says the Crash Millennium Falcon. Dustin says it does look like the Falcon, right? And Tina points out that it does not look like a natural structure. You know, so I mean, yeah, I mean, who knows what it is? Who knows what that thing is? Been there for a minute. I'd love to have more answers. You know, I'd love to have some more answers. Anyway, let's take your questions here. We got 10 minutes to go. See what's what. Okay. Mr. MH could be an underwater alien base, and you know that's absolutely possible too. I know it's going on here. Oh, okay. All right. I just got a little distracted. I thought I heard something. Okay. Yeah, that Baltic Sea anomaly is like the Millennium Falcon. Okay. Could be underwater alien base. Yeah, I think those things do exist if there are aliens, but I don't think there's necessarily aliens coming from space, but there's something on Earth that's not what we understand. Some spiritual things, I guess. I don't know how to put it. Okay. Dustin says, I know I'm not the longest person here, but I've been here since High Strange. Dustin, you've been here for a very long time. I can't even tell. I'm the only person who's been here long. I'm the longest person here because I got to be in all of them, you know. But yeah, there's you've been around a minute, man. There's a lot of names I remember as I see you guys slide in. It's been like, oh, it's good to see you again. You know, it's been a while. So it's been pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So yeah, any questions? Let's go drop them in the chat. Let's see. Okay. Mr. MH, great question. Are you familiar with the Lacerta files? And if you are, what are your thoughts on them? So if I recall correctly, Lacerta has to do with channel information yet again, and some reptile aspect. If I'm not wrong, I have not read anything regarding that in quite a while. Okay. Anywho, we're going back to the questions here. But yeah, Dustin, you've been around for a hot minute, man. Who's not to say the lizard man is an expelled Afro Draconian? Yeah, that's a good point. Could be. They just dumped their lizard man off here and took off. I just assume that the lizard man is like not sentient in the way that people are. Probably not cognizant of the fact that he's a lizard man. He's probably more like an animal, just does stuff. Who knows? Yeah, I'm not privy to all that. Anywho. Any more questions here? Let's see. Look, if you have a question, if you have a comment you want me to directly notice, do what Ginger did at my name. So at Dark Sayings, and I'll know that you're specifically talking to me. I'll address that. So yeah, any of your questions or comments, please at me in the comments. So just at Dark Sayings, and it'll highlight my name in orange, and I'll catch that real quick. Oh yeah, big muscles, my big muscles, my big muscles, and my no neck, fat face. Listen, my wife. It's a funny anecdote here. So my wife says to me, like, are you trying something new? I said, why is that? Because my mustache has become pencil thin and I look like a bus station prevert. And she said that's exactly what it was. And I explained to her that I was trying to, shape it up. And I shaved a little too much off. And then I shaved a little more. I was just trying to get it right. And now it's just look like John Waters over here. Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So, yeah, let's see what else we got going on. The Lacerta files, and Lacerta files, if I recall correctly, have to do with a reptilian female, and I think he even touches on a Thule society, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, Russell Rose, dude. What about the Citadel in the Grand Canyon? You know what? Interestingly enough, Russell, Ginger Mike Jesus in the chat here brought that up a little bit ago. We did address that, the GE Kincaid Citadel. That is a great suggestion for a new video. I did one a while back, but there's been new developments since, so I'd love to do an updated one. So yeah, definitely appreciate that, Russell Rose Dove. Thank you very much. Let's see where we're at. We got about 6 minutes left in the stream. So yeah, drop your questions, your comments, your suggestions. If there's any ideas you had, if there's any creators you think I should collaborate with, and that's another thing too. If there's other creators you watch, let them know I exist. Put something out there, share it with them, at them in a tweet, or post it to their Facebook or whatever you got to do. Get that out there. Get it out there, you know? Yeah, let's see. Daniel's hot topic. Let's talk about the Majestic 12 and the Eisenhower talking to the aliens. Okay, yeah, we could do that. So, yeah, the Majestic 12, great topic. And Eisenhower, great at treaty. And they go hand in hand, absolutely. You know, like, can't really have one without the other. All right, where we at now? 55. We are coming up on a 4 minute, 4 minutes here. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I am not going to continue to drag this on and on and on and on and on just to hit the hour mark. I can go ahead and take care of that right now. So here's what I like to say. I appreciate all of you. I really got back into the swing of this because I missed it. I missed creating content, and I'm not going to lie to you. When I was first starting out, I really only cared about making a few bucks. And that's largely been my goal all this time. But now that I've reapproached this in a different way, I'm concerned for worldly things. Pretty pleased with it. Yeah, pretty pleased with it. Okay, whoa. Another one from man Chad. You're still rocking. You are one of the best storytellers I know. What's your favorite aspect of doing what you do? You know, Chad, that's awesome. Thank you so much for the question. And thank you for the $6 super chat. That's very kind of you. So I guess my favorite aspect of this is the storytelling. I love when it gets immersive and very descriptive. I love the engagement. I love sharing the knowledge that I glean from these crazy topics with other people. You know, and I say sometimes, like when I first started out, there were two roads I had to choose. I was either going to devote the channel to reviewing and commenting on comic books, or I was going to do the weirdo stuff. And I'm so thankful that I did. Like the weirdo stuff is where it's at. And I mean, even that where they're trying to poison the well, which way but loose. But, you know, it holds pretty firm. So thank goodness gracious. But, you know, honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of evidence that indicates some of these claims that are made by those in power, especially when it costs spending millions of dollars of taxpayer money to fix the weather. You know, it gets a little curious. All right. Mr. MH Pete is amazing. Thank you. Philip Blair, Pete's on woo woo. Oh, you're so late, Philip Blair. I'm about to wrap it up. But thank you. Thank you very much. Philip Blair, Pete's on woo woo. Pete, you're charismatic and engaging, and all of your topics are highly interesting. Thank you, Mr. MH. I really do appreciate that. Like, that's one of my favorite animated films, I guess. Okay. Okay. I think that's where we're at. 2 minutes left. 2 minute warning, folks. 2 minute warning. We're going to wrap it all up here. So listen, I should have made a short call to action video to paste to the end of this. So I got to just push the button and had that happen. Yeah. Awake at the wheel. Agreed. He's such a great storyteller and well informed. Thank you very much. Awake at the wheel. Dustin says, thank God you do the weirdo stuff. It's what initially drew me in. Thank you. I do appreciate that. And then here's the thing. Listen, I do not like to do the political stuff too much. And I honestly feel like if I was just one of those talking head grifters that just talk about politics all day, I'd probably do a lot better. But my thing is that it's the escapism, dude. You know, and you ask me what is the best part, what gets me so charged is the escapism. You know, when I deal with these clients, like most of them are in very good moods, and like it's just it's been a lot better, you know, for me in that regard. Anyway, that's going to do it, folks. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Oh, Ginger Biking Jesus. Thank you again for another $5 super chat. It's critical hit. All right. So let's go ahead and say thanks real quick so we can blow this popsicle stand. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to all the super chatters tonight. Real Odds and Evens, Ginger Viking Jesus, Tina Tomaszewski, Jeff of the David Clan, Makawi Incorporated, my buddy Chad Martin out there, Guru Augie, and thank you so very much. I do appreciate all of you for tuning in. I know you could be anywhere right now, but spending the time with me and watching this weirdo stuff, I do very, very much appreciate it. And like I said, I try to stay away from the political inflammatory stuff. I'm not trying to argue with you guys. I just want to share crazy stories about things that may or may not have ever happened or are completely impossible. Lizard Man and time travel and all that good stuff. So just thanks for being cool. All right. Anywho, that's going to do it for me. Wait, a couple more I got to address here. Guru Augie, Pete, you're the man. Keep it up. And I'm glad to be part of this community. Peace be upon you forever and always at Dark Sayings. Thank you, Guru Augie. Tina says, thank you, Pete. All right, cool. So yeah, Don't forget to check out the videos through the week. Yes, thank you, Tina. Yeah, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Please hit the bell. My channel predates when they did that bell nonsense, so I had like tens of thousands of subscribers already who are not bell rung because it didn't exist at the time, and I didn't go back to revisit the channel and hit the button. So that's what it is. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. This has been Dark Sayings. I'm your host, Pete. And until next time, see you in the shadows.